Welcome to Chosen Nation Sports. This is your boy Mujero Waiti, just an ordinary guy discussing the beautiful game. Discussing yo Cebo Munyapelu. May you so rest in peace. Abulezi Aren Twina Bolo Haina therefore. Kwilia Mauto Haina therefore. Kulo Tobejani, former Black Obaroka, a coach Are. Yeah, football can kill you. Real death. At the back of a very disappointing outing, a very disappointing weekend for Manchester United, my team. A birthday gift from my team. I expected a good gift, at least. I thought maybe we will go to Anfield and give them a run for their money, but unfortunately it wasn't to be. So I'm distressing, guys. I'm distressing, guys. Sorry to bring this in the studio, but it was my birthday, so I'm celebrating my birthday. At the same time, I hope you understand, viewers out there. And well, thank you all so much for subscribing. Thank you all for viewing my videos, for pressing the like button. Remember, if you haven't subscribed, wait at the subscribe button, you'll see it there. Remember the notification bell as well to be the first to receive content from Chosen Nation channel. So yeah, thank you so much for your overwhelming support, and we keep on going. I know a lot of people might have thought, Ricardo, last week I didn't record, ManUnited won. This week it was gonna be worse because they lost 7. So but yeah, no. I'm here to analyze the football game. I am here, you are here as well. I also want your views as well. Remember to always comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think. And yeah, let's just start. Let me just do this. I'll save the best for last, or the worst for last. So yeah, the first game we're gonna analyze is Manchester City against Newcastle. A 2-0 score from Pep's guys. If you had watched that game, I think you would agree with me. For Manchester City, I don't know. I'm so great that momentum that we know of. I've said this numerous times on the channel that this Manchester City side is not as dangerous as last season Manchester City side. I know a lot of you might disagree with me because obviously what we thought at the start of the season that bringing Haaland, a goal scoring machine, to the team might actually make Manchester City run with the league this RPA. But fortunately enough, Arsenal, we thank you. Arsenal supporters, I know a lot of them have been trolling my team since that 7-0 dropping, but I'm giving them credit. You really gave us a league season to look forward to. You gave us a league season that is exciting. You gave us a league season because let's just be honest. If Arsenal were not fighting for the league title, Manchester City will be cruising now. Because you can see Manchester United dropping points. Liverpool, they're just picking now. Chelsea, the less said about Chelsea, the better. Who else? Tottenham, we can't really compare Tottenham. We also thought Newcastle would be the underdogs, the dark horse to challenge for the title, but it hasn't been the case. So they went to Etihad and they lost 2-0. They had 5 shots and 2 of them on target. So you could really see where the game was really by Manchester City. But if you looked at the game, you could see they tried to create chances. They spent most of the time in the City box. City's goals, for me, they were not luck. It's just a mentality. If you need to win games, you need to just take your chances, and they did. And we've known from past histories that Manchester City, once given a chance, they would score. They would score. Obviously, Haaland being on not Haaland, sorry, Phil Foden being on the scoreline, coming back, Nale out, not starting. So City again closing the gap to 5 points to they are the league leaders, which is Arsenal, and that's what I'm saying. Thank you to Arsenal supporters, because you making this league title or league season a very interesting one. Because without you and you not challenging City will be running with it by this time. I think you are the closest ones to challenge City for the league. And for me as a Manchester United, I don't want City to win the league because obviously they're chasing our record of 3 consecutive league titles in a row. So I'm saying to Arsenal, go, Buffett to arring, Buffett, arring. And give City a run for their money. Don't make it easy for them. And then we go to, should we touch on Green Peters, man? I know in the media it has been circulating that that game was a must win for Graham Potter because there's been short list. Rumors have been there's been short list. Was it done by Pochettino are on that list, but Pochettino the Chelsea job. Bergamang Enrique as well is in the lines as well. So most of the people said that's a do or die game for Potter, and I think he has to thank Fofana for getting the goal. They won 1-0 at the bridge, and yeah, Chelsea don't have a striker, guys. If we are being brutally honest, they don't have a striker that they can depend on. They've got Joe Felix, but Joe Felix is not your natural number 9 striker. He likes playing on the wing or as a number 10 or as a second striker for that matter of fact. So 3 points, I guess, to save Potter. And yeah, we'll see how it plans out. But yeah, they're not convincing. They're not convincing at all. I just want us to touch the relegation battle as well. Relegation battle, it's getting tense there at the bottom. It's getting really tense. We saw Northern Forest was playing against Everton, who recently just recruited Sean Dykes, obviously to help them, to save them from the drop. And they played at Northern Forest, and they went the lead. They took the lead, obviously, of a penalty, but obviously home crowd getting behind Northern Forest. They came back into the game. They scored the second goal. They scored the first, and they led the game. Only for no. They drew the game, and Everton came and scored again to lead again, courtesy of Ducore. But Forest again came back, and it was, for me, it wasn't a bad draw at all. Yeah, from Everton's. If you look at it, the way the game turned out, Forest could have killed the game. Forest could have won that game. Could have walked away with the 3 points. But that's what I'm saying. Not a bad point away from move by Everton. But if you look at the table, it doesn't look good for Sean Dykes, man. They're sitting 18th on the table with 22 points, and the goal difference that has pushed them into relegation, because Leeds as well has got 22 points, West Ham 23, Leicester City 24. So the next few games are going to be crucial in the relegation scramble there at the bottom, because West Ham, I don't know what's happening with David Moyes' side, but for some reason it is not the West Ham we knew last season, where they were fighting to go into Europe, and in Europe having a good spell. But this season they've just fallen off. Even if with the purchase of Danny Ings added to their squad, they seem not to get goals. They seem not to score. They lost 4-0 at Brighton. 4-0 at Brighton. I know if I say 4-0 at Brighton, most of you would obviously say Brighton is a good side. Brighton are the form team at the moment. One of the form teams at the moment in the EPL. You can see even in the league standard, they're standing at 8th position. So it's gonna be a good one. Top to bottom to the Champions League spots. I think this EPL season is going down to the wire, guys. Going down to the wire. Now, if you go to the league leaders, the league leaders leaving it until the last minute, 90 plus 7 minutes, courtesy of a Nelson goal, who has been injured for months. His first game back from the sidelines, from injury, and coming on, giving an assist, and obviously getting a win. But I must say, I'm really, like, I tweeted this on Saturday. I said Arsenal are going to win the league, because I was looking at the match and the way they were taking the firepower that's inside them, the will to win. They need this league. Like, now you can see the belief in that team, Makelata's team, that they want to win this. They don't want to bottle it. But I've got worries as well in Arsenal. I know a lot of Arsenal fans would obviously agree with me. I am worried, Arsenal, because of how they start matches. if they played a good side, I'm not saying Bournemouth are not a good side, but they're in the relegation zone at the moment. But if they were playing a good side like your Manchester City, like your Liverpool, they could have easily lost the game. How can you go 2-0 down at home against the relegation threatened team, 2-0, and you have to dig deep to win the game 3-2? So it could have been 2 crucial points lost, but unfortunately then they got away with 3. But it's a big worry for Mikel Arteta's team that it's the same thing that happened go Everton. They started the same way. Everton look lively. The same thing that happened to Leicester as well. Arsenal need to start killing games off quickly. They need to start getting goals. Obviously, they would argue that the striker Gabriel Jesus is still out injured. Hopefully, after the international break, he will be back. Nketiah as well has got a knock, so they don't have anything to strike. And obviously, on Saturday, we saw Trossard as well, their January signing, getting injured. But technically, if we look at it, I was asking Arsenal fans already, why did Mikel Arteta play with two central attacking players, or we just call them the number 10s? Because he had Odegaard and he played Vieira as well, and he had Xhaka on the bench. I don't know, was Xhaka maybe not match fit? Did he pick up a knock, go training, so that made him not be part of the starting lineup? I am not sure, but for me, I question that decision. Or why would you play? Or maybe he was going for the kill. Maybe he was going for the kill because he didn't have a number 9, so he was playing with 4 offensive players. He thought maybe they would give him the edge to win. But then if you go forward, then you risk your midfield. You're weak. Mohar Muller, you're weak. You saw Bailing had a good first half for me. According to me, he scored the goal. Had a good first half. Solanke, they had 2-3 chances, Bournemouth, to extend their lead. That's how Arsenal looked. For me, they looked, what's the word? They looked shaky at moments. They looked shaky. A good side would have scored those goals, those chances. So it's a bit worrying for Mikel Arteta. But as I said, they're going to win the league, obviously. I've said this numerous times. I know Arsenal fans will, but they're going to win this league. The thing that we saw on Saturday, that willpower, that never die mentality, that attitude that they showed on Saturday, for me, I'm putting them as fan favorites to win this league. But obviously, they still need to go to Liverpool. They still need to go to Manchester City. So the fixture list is not really on their side. They're playing against top teams, and whether they get away there with 3 points or 6 points against those 2 teams, it's up to them. But they've got a positive lead at the top, 5 points over Manchester City. And with the game, they've played that game in hand. So for me, if they can go to the Etihad with this lead, and they can afford to lose it, and then they still have a 2 point advantage, and they mustn't lose games. For me, this league title, it's theirs to lose. For me, it's theirs to lose. Let me know as well what you think. Are Arsenal going to bottle it up? Is Manchester City that strong? We know Manchester City, they can go 4 or 5 games without dropping a point. But can Arsenal also do that? Because Arsenal do the same thing and not drop points and go on and win. This is their league title to win, guys. Honestly, let me know what you think. Can Arsenal really win this league, or will they bottle it? I'm rooting for them. I know as a Manchester United fan, it might seem weird for me saying it, but I am rooting for them to win this league title. It is theirs for the taking. Hi, let's go to the oldest rivalry in the league. Manchester United against Liverpool. At Anfield. Leading to the game, Manchester United looked like we're the team on form. Liverpool, I remember saying this to Bazero leading up to the game, and I said to him, It's going to be a difficult game for both teams. I really thought it's going to be a difficult game for both teams. My reason being, we are going to Anfield at the wrong time, because if you look at past games, Liverpool were slowly but surely picking up pace. And I think 2, 3 seasons back, this is exactly what happened. They were out of the top four and they managed to squeeze themselves into the top. I think this season is the same. We went at Anfield at the wrong time. They were peaking, the injured players coming back into full fitness. Also, at the back of being humiliated by Real Madrid, they wanted to prove a point. And Eric Ten Hag's team were the unfortunate recipients of that dropping from Liverpool. 7 goals. In the first half, it was a good game. It looked balanced. Both teams had chances. Bruno had, for me, one of the best chances of the game to score for Manchester United in the first half. But they didn't. And Liverpool went onto the counter and scored before the first half, before the end of the first half. And they came back second half, they came guns blazing to go to 7. They made substitutes, the substitute came, Firmino scored. Mo Salah had one of the best games this season. He had his best game of the season. Like he was unstoppable. Martinez Martinez found themselves on the ground. But Liverpool were exceptional on the day. They were exceptional. They played like a team. They were hungry for more. But if you look at that Manchester United team, I don't know what happened. I honestly don't know what happened. I don't even know. I can't explain what happened to that team. Ten Hag tried to do his tactical things again, and this time it failed. It failed. Weghorst for us didn't play the way we knew him, how he played. The game was just too much for him. And the other thing is, on the bench, we had no one. Rashford was off form. I can not even, like, the whole team. Casemiro was nowhere to be found. Martinez, Varane had their worst games of the season. Shaw had a good game first half. Second half, he made like silly mistakes. Instead of clearing the ball, he just post a Liverpool player just to score. Like we were down and out. We were down and out. And the other thing that bothered me was, even we were 2-3 nil down, they kept pushing to go and score and leaving gaps behind, leaving gaps at the back. And Liverpool's pace, you can't do that. That's suicidal. Leave Mo Salah, Nunes, Gakpo, those guys are speedy players. Trent Alexander-Arnold, he can cross, he can pass a ball from 67 yards. Ramid, I'm just exaggerating, but we know Alexander-Arnold on his day, can pass the high, it's very dangerous. A defense splitting pass, good ball, guys. And the other thing that I saw that needs to be addressed is, I was just speaking to someone and said, I felt this Manchester team, if you are really playing against a speedy Liverpool team, the fullbacks are taking, the wingers are full of speed. You need the whole team to defend. We need to defend as a unit. And I didn't see that. If you look at the first goal, Anthony didn't track back, and that led to Dalot being dragged out of position and opening a space there. And Gabkovic, he took. So Anthony, he was the worst player on the field. He was the worst player for Manchester United on the field. And Ten Hag tried his technical brilliance, but they didn't work. And you saw, and second half, heads dropped. No, for me, no Manchester United player in the second half played their hearts out. It was like they were waiting to go home or waiting to get into the bus and going to Carrington and go and train. They didn't give us anything. They gave fuck all that second half. They gave us fuck all. I can be a fly at Carrington or in the dressing room and just want to find out what Eric Ten Hag, what is he saying to his man. Because that was an embarrassment. Getting smashed 7-0 at your arch rival's ground. Guys, come on, man. We had hope. I still have hope. Let me not say we had hope. I still have hope of finishing the season well. But being beaten 7 like that. No, if you would have asked anyone before that game or game your turn up, no one would have predicted this scoreline. No one would have predicted this scoreline. For me, Manchester United, they didn't come to play. They didn't. Like first half they did, and second half I don't know what just happened. I think something just switched off. I don't understand. But and also Casemiro, I think he was playing with an injury. I don't know. Someone might in the comment section might maybe I'm wrong, but in the first half, if you looked at the game, he was limping for some few minutes. I don't know if he managed to run off that injury or he played the whole match with that injury. That's why he never gave his 100%, which is not actually an excuse for him. But like, yeah, Manchester on Rejiwe, 7 of the best. Never taking anything away from Liverpool. They were clinical, they were lethal, they were a house on fire, and the stadium just kept pumping them up. And obviously they beat Manchester United 7-0. So way forward for Tanaka, we'll see. We're playing Real Betis on Thursday, so maybe we can bounce back. I don't know. Will a few players be dropped? We don't know. We'll have to see. The other thing is I was just having an argument with this one. Manchester United doesn't have a bench. Rashford was having a bad game. Bruno was having a bad game. If you look at the bench, we had Sancho, Garnacho, Elanga. Who else? Palestine. In such a big game we lose, you throw the kids in. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Remember, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Will Manchester United be able to bounce back? Will Liverpool be able to leapfrog but squeezing in Lorena into the top 4? But as it stands, they are there. They want to go in. And yeah, Newcastle are dropping points. So Tottenham are not consistent. So yeah, and obviously this week a big game again against Real Madrid, Santiago Bernabeu. We'll see how that turns out. Until we meet again. Remember, prevention is better than cure. Don't risk it unless it's worth it. So boy, I'm out.